Sydney Reisman.
Hi, I'm Aaliyah Guillaume.
Hi, I'm Allison Helfer.
And today we'll be talking about altered states in consciousness.
Our first topic we will be discussing is your consciousness.
Your stream of consciousness is a person's thoughts and conscious reactions to events, perceived as a continuous flow. The term was introduced by William James.
Your subconscious is outside your conscious awareness and can be split into two sections.
These two sections are your preconscious and unconscious. Your preconscious can be brought to awareness easily by paying attention to something, and your unconscious is more or less permanently buried.
As for consciousness and attention, selective attention is a cognitive process that limits the amount of information allowed into consciousness. This concept is illustrated by the cocktail party phenomenon.
The cocktail party phenomenon is when there is two nearby conversations, a boring one and an interesting one. Although you may try to attend to both, it's nearly impossible. You can't do it successfully and end up only attending to one, usually the more interesting one. Here's an example.
Hello, my name is Alex. I'm 16 years old, rising junior in high school. I have a black lab named Blue. I love him very much. I guess this is the part where I tell you to smash that like button. I don't know.
When focusing on attention, there are two types of processing. Effortful processing is learning or storing, encoding, that it requires attention and effort, while automatic processing is processing done unconsciously, and it is fast and effortless.
The other two things that are important in attention is both mindlessness and mindfulness. Mindlessness is when we unthinkingly follow routines or carry out orders because we've learned it, while mindfulness is choosing to be more aware of our environment and our responses to it.
Hey Sydney!
Hey, what?
Did you know that we have a biological clock that allows our bodies to roughly synchronize at the 24-hour cycle of the day and night?
No way. That's so cool. What is it called?
Well, it's called their circadian rhythm.
Yes, it is. Wow, I'm starting to get tired.
She's getting tired. So as soon as she falls asleep, her consciousness will begin to fade, and she is going to start going through some sleep stages. It is very important for her to get her rest because sleep is an essential part of life that strengthens memory, increases concentration, boosts mood, moderates hunger and obesity, fortifies the disease-fighting immune system, and lessens the risk of fatal accident.
Sleep commands roughly 1/3 of our lives. Sleep may have evolved for these 5 reasons. First, sleep protects. Second, sleep helps us recuperate. Third, sleep is for making memories. Fourth, sleep feeds creative thinking. And fifth, sleep may play a role in the growth process. Oh, sleep is so important. I just love sleep, so I know so much about it. Did you ever wonder what is happening when you dream? Well, you're going through a stage called REM sleep, or rapid eye movement sleep. It can also be called paradoxical sleep. Another fun fact I know is that alpha waves occur when you're awake and relaxed, but delta waves occur when you're in deep sleep.
Manifest content is the remembered parts of a dream that show symbolism of unconscious wishes, while the latent content is the meaning behind those wishes.
Wow, I didn't know sleeping was so complex and important. Have you guys ever heard of sleep apnea? It's a sleep disorder characterized by temporary cessations of breathing during sleep and repeated momentary awakenings. Also, insomnia is a reoccurring problem of falling and staying asleep.
I didn't know about that, but I do know about narcolepsy. That's when you have uncontrollable sleep attacks and lapse directly into REM sleep. Here's an example.
Boys, I'm home.
Hi, honey.
Hey, Dad. Hi there, Dad.
Oh, hello, Carl. Oh! It's all right, boys. It's all right. Honey, I'm up.
Night terrors are characterized by high arousal and appearance of being terrified and occur during stage 4 of sleep.
Hypnosis is a psychological state by a ritualistic procedure with experiences and changes in perception, memory, and behavior in response to suggestions. Here's a real-life example.
Take a breath.
Induction utilizes the following 3 criteria: focusing attention, reducing reality testing, and increasing imaginative involvement. Spontaneous amnesia happens after subjects are awakened, where they are unable to recall some or all of their hypnotic experiences.
Confabulation is imagined events perceived by subjects as true memories. Hyperamnesia is the heightened ability to recall past experiences.
Psychoactive drugs are compounds that produce a change in conscious experience by altering chemical activity of the brain.
Sedatives decrease activity levels, induce calmness, and produce sleep. When taken in low doses, sedatives reduce anxiety and tension. While taking in higher doses, they further decrease anxiety and make people more talkative and sociable. Sedatives include alcohol, barbiturates, and benzodiazepines.
Stimulants increase activity levels, enhance positive feelings, and heightened alertness. Examples of stimulants include caffeine, cocaine, and amphetamines.
Psychedelics produce alteration in perception, thought, and imagination. They are mind-expanding hallucinogens.
An addiction is a compulsive craving for a substance, despite adverse consequences and often with physical symptoms such as aches, nausea, and distress following sudden withdrawal. Continued use of alcohol and other psychoactive drugs produces tolerance. As a user's brain adapts its chemistry to offset the drug's effect, a process called neuroadaptation, the user requires larger and larger doses to experience the same effect.
Users who stop taking psychoactive drugs may experience the undesirable side effects of withdrawal. Withdrawal is the discomfort and distress that follow discontinuing the use of an addictive drug.
Psychological dependence is a psychological need to use a drug, such as to relieve negative emotions. Physical dependence is a physiological need for a drug, marked by unpleasant withdrawal symptoms when the drug is discontinued. Here's an example.
You're right.
It's okay.
Everything will be okay.
Yeah.
I just need one of these.
Pills? You mean you really are taking drugs?
I need them.
Jesse, give me those.
I need them, Zach. I have to sing.
Jesse, you can't sing tonight.
Yes, I can. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm so
Jesse.
The effects of psychoactive drugs include, but are not limited to, slowed neural processing, memory disruption, and reduced self-awareness and self-control. Low doses of alcohol relax the drinker by slowing their sympathetic nervous system activity. In large doses, alcohol can become a staggering problem. Reactions slow, speech slurs, skilled performance deteriorates. Alcohol also disrupts the processing of recent experiences into long-term memories. MRI scans show another way prolonged and excessive drinking can affect cognition. Alcohol not only impairs judgment and memory, it also reduces one's own self-awareness. By focusing attention on the immediate situation and away from any future consequences, also lessens impulse control.
Some people may be biologically vulnerable to particular drugs. For example, adopted individuals are more susceptible to alcohol dependence if one or both biological parents have a history of it. An identical rather than fraternal twin with alcohol dependence puts one at increased risk for alcohol problems.
There are many psychological and social cultural influences of drugs. In their studies of youths and young adults, Newcomb and Harlow found that one psychological factor is the feeling that one's life is meaningless and directionless.
Thanks for watching. I'm Sydney.
I'm Aaliyah.
I'm Allison.
Tune in next week for Crash Course number 2.